You're live. How does that feel?
I am alive. Alive.
Hello, hello. How are you? Oh, the cat just... Here she is. Oh.
Très bien. Et toi?
I'm okay. I just came from the gym,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't want to be super sweaty again, so I just stink.
You smell fine to me.
Oh, well. Okay, so this week's options were movies related to gay horror. What were the films people voted on?
Night Warning, starring the wonderful Susan Tyrrell. Frisk, new queer cinema film from, I think, 95. Rift, which is an Icelandic film I have not seen, from 2017. And Dracula's Daughter from 1936.
But overwhelmingly, people chose the film Raw, which is a 2016 movie.
Mm-hmm.
I had never seen it. You had.
Yeah, it premiered at the 2016 Cannes Film Festival in the Critics Week program, where I saw it originally. I haven't seen it since then. Of course, Julia Ducournau, who directed the film, has gone on to win the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival in 2021 for Titan, which is a film I like better. And you have seen that film.
Titan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's funny someone says makes me nostalgic for my college days, because I kept thinking, what kind of school is this?
It made me think of my undergrad, the one semester that I lived on campus, which was miserable. It did give me that vibe. Triggered. I was triggered.
Okay, but so for those who haven't seen it, the basic story is there's this young lady who goes off to veterinary school. What's her name?
Justine.
And she's kind of like a feeble little...
She's sheltered.
Yeah, vegetarian. And I don't know what kind of school this is, where the hazing... Yeah, Dahmer University. The hazing is really bad. And part of the hazing sequence is all of the students have to eat like a raw rabbit liver.
Mm-hmm. Well, among other things. But yes.
Yeah. So Justine eats that little rabbit liver, and she has like animal blood dumped on her.
Mm-hmm.
And the next day she wakes up with like a terrible rash, and then starts to crave meat. So we see her eat like cooked meat, then raw meat. Then she's messing around with her sister, which is in a scene that we need to talk about more.
Mm-hmm.
And the sister's finger gets cut off.
Mm-hmm.
So Justine eats her sister's finger. The sister gets taken to the hospital, mended up. And then as they're leaving, the sister tells Justine, we need to talk. Like, yeah, bitch, you ate my finger. But no, she basically wants to show her that she's also a cannibal. And apparently it's like genetic or...
Yes, they inherited from the mother, who manufactured a vegetarian reality for her daughter so she could avoid her bloodlust. So
the sisters kind of like fight, but Justine comes around and decides to go out to like a party. She gets super drunk, wakes up the next day and sees that her roommate is in the bed next to her dead. And it appears his leg's been eaten. And her sister is also in the apartment. And then the next scene is the sister's in jail. So clearly either the sister decided to take blame or was actually to blame. The end. Eddie Murphy's Raw. What did when you first saw the movie, you liked it?
I liked it well enough. I remember not reviewing it, and in my mind's eye, I probably had it pegged at a 3 out of 5. I liked it a little less the second time around. But I do think it's interesting. It's an interesting conversation piece for many reasons. But
oh, really?
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, it's this kind of coming of age story from a woman's perspective with a female filmmaker. And I think what it's doing, that somebody made a comment on Twitter recently, some female journalist, about how trying to be provocative, saying men make better directors because they're predatory and they have that predatory male gaze, which I kind of, disagree with. And there are a lot of various intersections, such as like when a lesbian's a filmmaker and what is being like Dorothy Arzner filming Joan Crawford and the predatory behavior of that. But it's interesting because Julia Ducournau feels like a filmmaker that is in love with the subject matter rather than the subject. Because I think, you know, based on a lot of the reactions you were having to Justine as a character you don't really like. And I don't know that the filmmaker really likes her either.
Well, so my overall thought is I did not care for this movie. I'll get through the comments. Although someone mentioned, don't forget that the dad was the buffet. So yeah, so the dad basically shows the daughter at the end that like the mom's been feasting on him.
Yep, and he says to the last words are, "I'm sure you'll figure it out," to his daughter about how she's going to manage her disease, and that is played by an actor I like a lot, Laurent Lucas, who is in quite a few Bertrand Bonello films and Fabrice Duel's, like Alleluia. If you haven't seen Alleluia from 2014, that's highly recommended.
I didn't care for this movie because the way it's shot, I felt like it should be like a very dark comedy, but it's not. It's not particularly dramatic because it's so over the top. I don't think it's that creepy. It is gory, but I was reading reviews where people say like lurid violence and sexuality. I don't think it's that violent compared to other things. Also, of course, we just watched the Ryan Murphy Dahmer series. We watched the Dahmer docuseries. Last night we watched
Some Like It Rare.
Some Like It Rare, a movie about cannibals that's opening soon. And then this one. So I guess maybe I don't know. Maybe I had an attitude, but can I just go through my notes? My first note is this movie is haunted because we were supposed to watch it on Netflix, but it wouldn't play. So then we bought it on Amazon and we couldn't play that either. So we ended up having to go watch it a different way. So that was not a good start.
So you were just irritated.
Maybe I was just irritated. I don't know. But then when what's her name? Julia? Justine. When she gets to school, immediately the hazing starts. And that bothered me so much. If some kids ran into my room trying to throw my shit out the window.
Oh, yeah. There are so many moments where it's just like, I cannot believe somebody is not going ape shit, and that would not happen. My mattress would not be on the front lawn, or I would be in the dean's office with my mattress.
Yeah, we would have been fighting. Then there's only like one staff member we see. Like, what kind of school is this?
And I think that's supposed to be the point. And I was reading somewhere that Ducournau purposefully tried to find this facade that really didn't look like any French university. I think she was trying to go for an American university kind of look.
Which is funny that was her intention, because I don't think it looks like an American university. I thought the campus looked like...
It looks like a compound to me, but...
Or like downtown, like where City Hall and the courthouse are. That's what it looked like. Then all that hazing in the beginning just led to them going to like a party.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'd be so pissed. I would not be in the mood to party.
Right.
My bed is outside.
Right.
Oh my God.
And comparing it to Teton, you can see things she likes, like car accidents and bizarre dance sequences set to striking music.
Oh, I said rabbit kidney, or rabbit liver, but I think it was the kidney. Anyway, my next note is like, who knew veterinary students were so rowdy? Like, it just doesn't even... Like...
They seemed like terrible people.
Yeah. Also, like, all the, like, they're creating all this like trash and mess, and then with the blood scene, I just couldn't believe that the staff of the school would not, like, who's cleaning up all this stuff?
Right, somebody would clean it, because if you're thinking about like class, because I think she's also playing with classic tropes like National Lampoon's Animal House and Grease even, and things like that, where you still see you would still have some kind of interaction with the staff of the university.
The scene where Justine wakes up with the rash and she's scratching, that was probably the most like gross part to me.
I think somebody said Cronenberg meets Mean Girls. That's because there's quite a bit of body horror going on as well. I think that's good. And you have Bones and All coming up to see as well.
That's right. Which I saw the trailer last night. It looks good. You've seen it. Did you like it?
I did like it. I did.
Okay. The one scene I thought was kind of cute is when Justine's sister is trying to show her how to pee standing up.
That was a cute scene.
Oh, the bikini wax scene. So that's how the sister gets her finger cut off. Oh my God. First of all, she calls it a Brazilian. That's not a Brazilian. That's a bikini wax.
Mhm.
And then when she can't get that third strip off, ugh.
Yeah, and she gets the scissors, and then that's also a very kind of phallic versus yonic kind of scene, because if you're thinking her sister is she's protecting her vagina, and then the phallic object gets cut with the finger that she eats and devours. So I think there are interesting pieces of symbolism going on in the film.
I did like some of the imagery, even though I feel like it doesn't match the tone of the film. Like when Juliet, what's her name? Justine goes to this party and they cover her in blue paint, and then the guys in yellow paint, and they mix to make green.
And that's the other rite of passage that makes this a coming of age story. She's a virgin, and I think this is a good segue into talking about how I don't think this is really a queer or gay horror film. And if you look up queer horror films, this pops up everywhere. But the queerness is really peripheral, and I think that we even put this on the poll in the first place because I remember thinking like, well, maybe I missed something, or maybe I'm not remembering correctly, that it's more than just, this very handsome supporting character, Adrien, played by Rabah, Naït, Oufella. But it's not. This is a film that deals kind of exclusively in binaries in some ways, vegan versus carnivore, male versus female, but sexuality is the only thing where we see a little bit of fluidity, and it's in a way which is eclipsing the homosexuality of it, because Adrien is used as the conduit for her losing her virginity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. After watching it, I was surprised people consider it like a gay film, or that it's on lists as like a gay horror film.
Well,
but it was on ours, I guess.
Right. But again, I don't know that you can properly. It is exactly that, because it's again told from a very heterosexual perspective, and he is used in service to the straight characters in the film.
I'm going to start going through these comments. But what would you give this film now that you've seen it twice?
I think 2.5.
Oh, I would give it 2.5 out of 5. Someone asked if we would consider starting a Discord or Slack where people could chat. I'm not sure I know what Discord is. I'm very familiar with Slack because that's all my phone, laptop, and desktop do all day. So I think I'd be triggered if I had to hear Slack outside of work. So I don't know about Slack. Let's see. Someone had a split viewing Raw into 3 days. It is disturbing. I'm not going to pretend like it's not.
Yes, I think we're a bit desensitized, especially this week of all.
Yeah. Oh, there's a Marquis de Sade novel called Justine.
Yeah, that's one of his signature titles.
You gave me one of that person's books.
I gave you a book called Incest.
Clearly, I didn't read it yet.
He's difficult to read. It's smut.
Our kitchen looks calming, only when it's clean. They say genetic. Eddie Murphy. Have we watched Eddie Murphy Raw together?
No.
I mean, I've seen it more than once.
I had a babysitter that let me watch it when I was way too young to do that, and she let me watch that in Porky's, and I was probably 10.
I was probably 10 when I watched Porky's, and I had seen Eddie Murphy Raw younger, I think. Do we think they're immortal?
No,
I don't think.
Well, I don't think we get far enough into the lore.
Yeah, sure.
The lore of this family. Oh, and we forgot to mention there are two, like in Titan, where Bertrand Bonello plays the dad. She has two, notable film directors in this as supporting characters. There's Bouli Lanners, who shows up as at the truck stop that has that weird scene where he's caressing his ear, and then Marion Vernoux, who's a director I've actually interviewed in 2013 for a film called Bright Days Ahead. She plays the woman that tends to Justine's wounds, and she has that odd story. I'm forgetting what it was now.
It was about the heavyset girl.
Yes.
I liked that character, and I thought that scene was kind of nice, although she was smoking in the That lady looked rough.
It reminded me of Dominique Fro in the movie Inside, that nurse at the beginning of that movie.
Oh, sure. Someone commented that Armie Hammer said that Raw was his favorite horror film. Are they being funny?
I have no idea. I need to watch. I am interested in watching.
Someone's
that
trying
series.
to be cute. Have we ever reviewed Whatever Happened to Baby Jane?
No,
but I do like that movie a lot.
We should.
Is the sexuality lurid? I don't think there's one scene.
We see Adrien being sexual, but I think it's very brief.
The boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we like his roommate opens the door and sees some man performing oral sex on him, but it's very brief. And then Justine is having sex with Adrien, but being very violent about it. So it's kind of comical to me.
Well, overcompensating as well. I do agree the best part of the movie is the soundtrack, and I do prefer Titan. But
oh no, there's a Shirley Jackson book called Hangsman.
Hangsman, yeah.
Oh, Hangsman.
Yeah, I think that's in the.
Is that a person's name, Hangsman?
No, I believe that is what Elizabeth Moss plays Shirley Jackson in the movie Shirley, and I believe that's the book she's writing in that movie. Shirley Jackson's great. Yeah.
Someone asked if we could be vegan for a year. Yeah. I'm very bad with food. Like I don't prepare food. I don't.
So yes, I could make sure that would happen.
But if it were like if you made it and gave it to me, I'll eat whatever I'm given. So if we ordered like a vegan meal service, yeah, I could definitely go vegan for a year.
It's funny that a lot of these movies about cannibalism, including we still have to film our review for Some Like It Rare, it always have in conjunction with veganism or vegetarianism, and how they're kind of these really are supposed to be allegories or parables about how we consume.
It didn't occur to me that doing this in the kitchen is a proper setting for this movie. Oh God. Yeah, the Bad Girls Club with then throwing my mattress out of the window, but then also that mattress was out there for a while because she at one point goes back and then moves her mattress up the stairs and tries to sleep on that. Absolutely not.
Absolument pas.
Yeah. Hi, France.
Bonjour.
Someone said that we think alike because they were also thinking who's going to clean up this mess.
Oh yeah, when they drop all that blood, it's like
the blood. Yes, it's too much.
And then they sit all day and they're in the cafeteria eating. They're all sticky.
No, absolutely not. Okay, I'm still trying to get through these. Contracted.
Yeah, it's been a long time. We might even have that on Blu-ray.
I'm still going through. Oh, our preferred picks. Oh, I don't think we said what our preferred picks from the poll were.
I voted for Night Warning.
Which is the one that looked like it was like a gay, like the two guys on the cover? Was that Frisk?
From 2017.
No,
95.
It was the 1995 one. Frisk was the one that drew my attention.
Frisk is pretty dark.
Yeah, I might still. Do we have that movie?
I used to have it on VHS actually.
Maybe that'll be my secret movie this week. We haven't reviewed the movie Teeth, but we've both seen it. That's with the vagina with the teeth in it. Yeah, I watched that on my own once.
Mitchell Lichtenstein, and we've seen Happy Tears, which she also directed.
Yeah, maybe if we have access to Frisk, I'll watch that because it did look interesting when I read about it. Oh, the Chucky series is it USA?
I'm not sure what network.
So someone recommended it a while ago, and we started it
with Devon Sawa. Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought it was fine. Like I watched how many episodes?
2.
From my recollection, I recall thinking it was kind of fun. There was a lot of music. I remember that, like kind of grating, but I would continue to watch it.
Chucky, we're going to be doing a review of film starring Brad Dourif's daughter.
Oh my God. Yeah. So Brad Dourif is the voice of Chucky, and he has a daughter who's in a movie called
Don't Look at the Demon.
That shit was terrible.
Well, we're about to film that after this.
And we're going to record that review right after this, after I take a shower. Yeah, that movie was terrible. Discord. Yeah, I got to figure out what that is. Regarding gay film, who knows what happens in Akbar after hours?
They shove you right out on the street at about 1:55.
Oh, that's a comment, not a movie.
But yes, I'm sure that there are people that do things illicitly.
Are we accepting applications for wives? No. Do you like jellied eels? Is that like a gummy candy?
I can't say that I've had that, and I will try way more things than he will. Eels always remind me of the Tin Drum. There's a really gross scene in that book and film with eels that.
Hi, Colorado. Oh, more reviews of terrible movies. Well, we got one coming. Okay, I'm still going. I'll watch. Oh, Teton. Did I like Teton?
Yeah, I think I liked it more than you. We did a podcast on it.
Oh, that's right. Are we doing anything for Halloween?
I would like to.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
I've been thinking of what I would dress up as, but Joseph usually doesn't.
Well, there's a murder mystery hotel experience that I was reading about that I thought sounded fun, that I would like to try at some point. I think it's only during the Halloween season though, so I might miss it this year. But
you don't want to ask what I've been thinking of dressing up as?
Oh yeah, what are you going to dress up as?
I was thinking Witchfinder General.
Oh, and what is that?
Vincent Preiss.
That's a movie?
Yeah.
And the character's name is Witchfinder.
Well, he's the Witchfinder.
Oh.
But he has a kind of an interesting look that I think I could do. I need a wig and certain style of clothes.
Have we watched the Interview with the Vampire series?
No, but I would. I had an obsession with that book and the 1994 film when I was a kid. And I know I've said this before. I really wanted to be Louis.
Brad Pitt.
The tragic one that hated himself. Yeah.
Well, here we are. Someone commented the part where Justine pokes her sister in the forehead to wake her up. I also thought that was weird. Because for a second, I thought she was going to poke through her
Yeah, I thought she was going to do some damage.
I don't know. This movie just didn't give me anything.
I think there are some interesting ideas, but it's hard to feel. The one thing that I probably felt closest to as a queer person gets annihilated. So,
Ravenous with Guy Pearce and Robert Carlyle.
I haven't seen that film since that came out in 1999. And Jeffrey Jones, the pedophile, is in that.
Oh. Is there a Halloween movie we watch annually? No, but we did. So the year before last, because a friend of ours is really into the Halloween franchise, we watched all of the Halloweens, in a 2-week period.
Yeah, it was a lot.
That was a lot.
Yes.
Then the year before that, I think we watched all of the Nightmare on Elm Street. And then did we do Friday the 13th?
No.
Oh,
but the Nightmare films kind of run together after 3 or 4 for me.
Yeah.
And no, I would, as a kid, I would have a tradition where on Christmas Eve by myself, I would watch Dolores Claiborne 5 or 6 years in a row.
Oh. And then 3 Halloweens ago, I watched Hocus Pocus for the first time. Have you seen Elephant? The
Gus Van Sant? Yeah. That won the Palme d'Or. Not in a long time. We own it. Yeah, we should do a top 10 of Isabelle Huppert because God knows I have that ready to go.
Jennifer's Body. Did I watch that? I don't think so.
I saw it. I remember seeing that with my sister the year it came out. Karen Kusama and Diablo Cody.
There's a series called Let the Right One In.
There's a billboard right by our house.
Oh.
Demian Bashir starring.
I've seen the original and the remake,
Mhm.
but I didn't know there was or maybe I did know.
Well, the remake's called Let Me In with Chloe Grace Moretz.
Brad Dourif's daughter is in the Chucky series.
I think so, yeah.
Oh.
She's been in quite a few things, although the film that we just saw would suggest that
I want to talk about the movie we just watched with her in it because y'all don't understand how terrible it was.
It was pretty bad. If you or I were a cannibal, would we feed? I don't know if I could put up with that. Like if I discover after.
Would you love the other enough to feed part of? Oh, would I feed part of myself to you? No.
No.
I would find food for you. I mean, I wouldn't kill anyone, but yeah, how would I find food for you?
I'd starve.
Well, if you're a cannibal, like, and you can't control it, you might just have to die. I mean, well, because you can't get human meat legally, so we'll just always be in.
Joseph would be the one to find that discount horse meat.
Yeah, I would try to trick him and give him, or like how Walmart. Remember in Tiger King when he was getting all that old meat from Walmart? Yes, I am drinking zero sugar A&W root beer. If I had some Malibu rum, I would pour it in there too. The upcoming Avatar well, obviously Nick is excited to watch Avatar. Nick is not on Letterboxd.
Today's Sigourney Weaver's birthday, y'all.
Oh, happy birthday, Sigourney Weaver. I did know that.
73,
actually.
yeah.
She's 73.
4 movies coming out this fall.
Tin Drum is a movie.
Won the Palme d'Or. It's based on a famous novel by Günter Grass.
We do have thoughts on the movie Bros. There's a review for that on YouTube, so I suggest watching it. I don't necessarily want to talk about that movie more. Work with October's a blast. Couple costume ideas. I'm the worst. I definitely couldn't come up with. If I had to pick a costume, I couldn't come up with anything.
Last year I was Kurt Cobain, which was a success based on where I went.
One year, the costume I've done that got the most attention was one year I painted myself like all white and like wore a white shirt, and then I wrote white privilege on my shirt.
You just wrote privilege.
Or just privilege, yeah. I just wrote privilege, and then I was all white. And then we went to West Hollywood, like for the carnival. People were so mad.
No, you got a lot of very positive attention.
I got positive attention, and I also got negative attention.
And I was Mr. Clean.
And you were Mr. Clean. And then one year, I stupidly, also at West Hollywood Carnival, I bought this ghost costume.
You look like KKK.
And I looked like a Klan member. And people thought I was dressed like as a Klan member. So I was getting really nasty comments. So then I started like rolling up my sleeves so they could see I'm brown and that like I'm not a Klan member, I'm a ghost. But in hindsight, that was a terrible costume. It did look like I was going to a Klan rally. What are the kids into this year? I never know.
I haven't seen the 1970 version of Frankenstein. Although I've been wanting to rewatch the Kenneth Branagh, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein because we got that on a 4K Blu-ray. And I remember not thinking it was very good.
Someone's asking about watching other review channels. I don't watch any like that. I can't recall the name actually, but because what I'll do is like when we post a video, I'll search for it. And then there are certain channels that I see. Like I know obviously the people with a ton of subscribers pop up. So I recognize those people. And then there are some people who, I recognize, but I don't usually watch them unless I felt like I was out of pocket in a review and I want to see if other people agreed with what I said, then I'll watch. Yeah. Are you reading these? See, now I'm lost. Okay. Oh, so that person wasn't kidding about Armie Hammer.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I do want to watch that series, House of Hammer, but I've heard it's kind of kink shaming. But
I need to watch the Suspiria remake.
Yes, you do. Tilda's very entertaining in that.
Did Jack in the Box dogs have kangaroo meat? Because I think that's being funny, but I remember being a kid and it wasn't. They had like an E. coli outbreak.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I recall from being a kid, like in the 80s, maybe like late 80s. And so then, of course, like no one wanted to eat Jack in the Box.
Do they now?
Well, I mean, we've eaten there before.
It's been a long time.
Well, there isn't one near our house now.
Everything tastes the same.
Oh, someone commented that if we needed human meat, we could order from the dude from Fresh, which is Sebastian Stan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the Korean movie Burning?
Oh yeah, Lee Chang-dong. That was excellent. That should have won something at Cannes that year. Excellent. That's playing with Faulkner. I think based on Murakami, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Billy Eichner is bitter. Happy birthday to Sigourney again.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen the movie House, 1977.
Yeah, well, it's a Criterion film. You have too.
Oh.
We own it.
What is your most anticipated movie yet to be released this year?
Oh.
Well, we only have, what, 2 months left? 3? Yeah, 2 months.
I feel like there are very few things I haven't seen. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't thought of that because I've seen almost everything.
Hello, UK.
I guess by default Avatar because Sigourney's in it, and I have to wait to see that one.
What's something you didn't expect while creating this YouTube channel?
Anybody watching?
Yeah, I think I'm surprised anyone would watch. That's probably the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I don't think I understood when I agreed to do it how long it takes to edit a video.
But you're so good.
So the process to like watch a movie, like prepare for the video, record the video, and then do all of that and then upload it is pretty long. I would say it's like minimum like 5 hours, including watching the movie. And that's if I'm really like focused and just like sitting there and doing it, which is rare. So, because usually I'm multitasking. Of course, I would never edit videos while I'm working, but so yeah, it's like a 5 hour minimum block.
I'm not on Letterboxd, but I've received a lot of pressure, specifically from the person who's the editor-in-chief of the other site I write for.
Well, why don't you tell him that you can supply him with your spreadsheet and he can have someone?
He's offered, I think, because of how I formatted it, they were having problems. So I really just need to start doing like 100 entries a day, and because I have a list of like 11,000 now. Yes, we did have a great anniversary. It was our 14th.
What did we do?
We had dinner and I took you to...
Oh, you took me to a movie, but I thought you were taking me to do something. And then it was an actual like screening that I had to take notes. I thought the way you said it, because we had a very nice dinner very early, like 4:30.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, oh, we're going to go do something.
Mm-hmm.
And then you made it seem like it was a screening. But in my mind, I'm like, there's no way he's taking me to a screening where I have to take notes. Right? That's what we did.
But it was Triangle of Sadness.
And which is an enjoyable movie. Yeah, WeHo Halloween is pretty wild. I think
it's exhausting.
I mean, when I was 21, that was in the 90s, but I did enjoy. No, I wasn't 21 in the 90s. It was 2000. But it was very different back then. It was more fun. I think, well, now they stopped doing it since COVID. Mm-hmm. Right? Last year, there wasn't even a carnival.
I have not read the Let the Right One In. I should, though.
Are you reading these comments?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like Armie Hammer, white men tend to get comebacks after they've been shamed and disgraced. So I wouldn't be surprised if in 5 years or now or less, somebody would cast him in something. Maybe he just needs to go to Europe like Johnny Depp.
Europe. Okay. We used to call it Jack in the Crack too. My sister would call it that, actually.
Jack in the Crack.
Oh, they really did have kangaroo meat? I might have to do an investigation because I wonder if there's like a documentary on that. That seems too crazy to not have more info on it.
Cutting up little Joeys.
Oh. I watched Piggy. The Spanish movie, right?
Yeah, out of Sundance, about that big girl. I
I
don't really remember anything about it.
I couldn't tell you anything except doesn't she get kidnapped? But then she kind of no, there's like a serial killer. He's kind of attractive.
That's right. Yes.
He's kind of attractive. So I mean, not kind of. He is attractive, and then she's like enamored with him,
and she knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I don't recall
in the swimming pool. Yes,
I don't recall being overwhelmed.
It's okay. That opens yesterday. It's one of the things we didn't cover.
People are saying very nice things. Thank you. What are your plans when you hit 20K subs? So merch has taken so long because I didn't want to just do what everyone else does, which is like slap their name on some shit. I don't like to do things unless I'm inspired. So we were finally inspired because we have a graphic designer who can do this for us. So should I say the ideas I have? Sure. I'll just give 2 ideas for what we have. So one of them is, so the image I'm thinking of that we can put on t-shirts and like whatever kind of merchandise, the Poetic Justice movie poster.
Poetic Joseph.
Well, it is Poetic Joseph. The Poetic Justice movie poster. So Janet in the blue top with the hat and the braids.
In profile.
And it'll be a cartoonized version, but it's my face, not Janet's face. And then where it says Poetic Justice in the same font, it would say Fish Jelly. So that's one. And the other one is the Alien 3 poster, Aliens 3, or is it Alien 3?
Alien 3.
Alien 3 poster, where it's the alien like up on Sigourney's face, and we see Sigourney's face straight on, but it'll be Nick's face, cartoonized, and then in the same font, Fish Jelly.
You know, one of the taglines for that movie is "The bitch is back."
We could, yeah. We'll see what the graphic designer comes up with. But I was very excited about those ideas. So I've already transferred my thoughts to the graphic designer. And now I have to figure out where I want to source merchandise from. But I think timing-wise, that might coincide with 20K subs. Yeah.
Okay.
People are saying nice things.
Oscar locks this year: Cate Blanchett, Olivia Colman. I'd be surprised if Danielle Deadwyler. Those are.
So Danielle Deadwyler from Till, Cate Blanchett from Tar, and Olivia Colman from Empire of Light.
Very good.
She's so good in that movie.
Yeah.
Did we make a review for that yet?
Yeah.
Is it up?
No, it doesn't come out till December.
Oh, yeah. She's really good in that. Okay.
Oh, would you review or watch Terrifier 2?
I asked Nick yesterday if he would watch Terrifier 2.
I said yes.
I just don't know when we can see it because there's a lot happening. Okay. I don't want to miss things. Oh, someone says they like our reviews because they're not hurtful. Yeah, I'm never trying to be shady or mean. I just talk kind of loose and crazy, but I'm not thinking. And some people might notice sometimes I say mean things, and whenever things get bleeped or like there's no audio, it's because as I'm reviewing it, I'm like, oh, that sounds kind of, yeah, I don't.
You're editing yourself.
Well, because I don't ever want to sound like an asshole.
But there's a way to be.
I don't need to be an asshole.
There's a way to be critical without being cruel. But I mean, some things are dumb or silly, and it's so, Yeah.
Well, someone celebrated a 10-year anniversary. Wow. Congratulations.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah. Decision to Leave. That's a movie.
Yeah, I've asked you about it many times. I doubt we'll get to it because you can't seem to.
Oh, is that the one from the guy who did Parasite?
No, it's Park Chan-wook. Bong Joon-ho did Parasite.
Oh.
Park Chan-wook did Old Boy, which you've seen.
Someone said 4:30 dinner. I don't mind an early dinner. Because then you can have like a second dinner.
Oh, we had drinks. Decision to Leave. We saw the preview for it last night.
What was that about?
About the detective that falls in love with the foreign woman and.
No.
Yeah, okay. Well, that comes out next week.
Nick basically took you to work for your anniversary. More TV shows? Unless it's like a Hulu series or an HBO series, I definitely wouldn't be like. Can you even name a television show that's on like a network channel right now?
like Modern Family or some shit like that.
Modern Family's not on TV anymore.
But is that what you mean by network?
Yes, that's what I meant, and that's what I was going to say. But I don't even know if Modern Family is still. What's the show with Niecy Nash?
The Rookie Feds.
Rookie Feds. Yeah. No, I wouldn't watch
that title. Oh no.
I would watch it for her.
I like her a lot, but
also good job jumping on. Yeah, I'm trying to do YouTube shorts. Well, because we keep getting emails from YouTube, which means like clearly they're promoting shorts above videos right now. So it's a good way to get more engagement. I just don't know what to say half the time. And it's only 15 seconds unless I'm doing it wrong. So I don't know what to. I'll keep trying to do more shorts. Mm-hmm. Investigating.
Yeah, we should make a Sigourney Janet shirt. We have a picture of them framed.
Oh, someone asked what the picture was behind us above the. Should I grab it?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I'm not properly dressed. Hold on. Ooh, and I'm stuck. Oh, it's a little greasy.
Well, there's a fair amount of cooking.
This is a picture of Sigourney Weaver and Janet Jackson together at like a fundraising event.
That was probably like 2008.
So you had to pay like Getty Images to
You did.
Oh, I paid. Okay, someone paid to get
that
this image.
A gift.
A gift.
Oh, speaking of that, reminds me of Heartbreakers. They're having a Ray Liotta retrospective in LA in 2 weeks. And Heartbreakers will be playing.
We like making YouTube videos. Yeah. Well, I think it's just fun to interact with people, and
mm-hmm.
I like when people leave like funny comments because it makes me think like, oh, we have like a similar sense of humor.
Yes, he'll be sitting there giggling on the couch a lot.
Yeah, I giggle a lot reading people's comments. I don't have the ability to respond to comments because it's just a lot, but I do read them, and yeah. I don't always heart comments because sometimes they're not like, it feels weird to like something that's not positive, but it's not negative towards us. It's just like the comment is not. So I don't always heart everything, but I do try to read almost everything. And then we always get asked what fish jelly is. It's a play on the song Bootylicious from Destiny's Child.
I don't think you're ready for fish jelly.
I don't think you're ready for this jelly. Yes, we're both Scorpios.
Mm-hmm.
If we can figure out when we can watch Terrifier 2, we will.
Mm-hmm. I think it came out on the 6th.
Yeah, but
I own every piece of film that Sigourney's been on, so yes, I have The Year of Living Dangerously.
Is that with Mel Gibson?
And Linda Hunt won an Best Supporting Actress Oscar.
Is that where Mel Gibson's like special needs?
No, that's Tim, starring Pepper Laurie.
Tim, okay.
From the author of The Outsiders, I believe.
Well, someone's watching from Egypt.
Hey.
A one-liner compilation video. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah, Michelle Yeoh. That's another. I feel like it's I think the Best Actress race will be very.
I don't know that she would win for Best Actress, but I think that film needs to win maybe like.
I think she'll get nominated.
Screenplay.
I think she'll get nominated though.
Yeah, for sure.
I could see Jamie Lee getting a supporting nod too. You know, Jamie Lee Curtis has never gotten an Oscar nomination.
What do you think she would have received one for?
I don't know. She won a Golden Globe for True Lies. She is very good in True Lies.
Sure. Yeah.
She's funny.
Yeah, I watched the first Terrifier. I think the Art the Clown is a really good character, and I think the actor who played him seems like he just does a really good job. But yeah, that was kind of a hard movie to sit through. And the new one is over 2 hours.
It is?
Yes. Oh, actually, speaking of watching other people, so I know who Chris Stuckman is.
Mm-hmm.
I've only ever watched one video of his, and it was the one where he talked about how he used to be Mormon. And he seems like a really sweet guy. But I always assumed he was really like vanilla, and I don't know why I assumed he was like very like milquetoast. And then I thought, oh, I'll watch. He did a review for Terrifier 2,
mm-hmm.
which made me kind of want to watch the movie. But he cusses a lot. Like he dropped the F-bomb numerous times. So now I think maybe I'll start watching his reviews.
Like Bob Saget.
He's like Bob Saget. Who knew? He just looks, his voice is very soothing and he seems like maybe he's medicated. So I just assumed he was very chill. And he is, but yeah, I would definitely worst wigs review. You know, my problem is my memory's so bad.
It is bad.
And I don't write anything down. So it would be a big effort for me to think back on what I thought about shit. More nice comments. Thank you. Oh, one video I bleeped was, what's the Stephen King? Mr. Harrigan's phone. I called that bully ugly, and then I realized I shouldn't call anyone ugly. So,
well, I believe I said he looked like a goth Sasquatch.
So but I bleeped it, and then that man who played that character commented on the video.
But again, it's how he's styled and how he's directed in that. But the effect that they wanted for that character was apparent.
Oh, thank you. What I want to know what BMCK stands for. He kept saying Nicole Kidman's hair was crispy. Oh, well. Turned director. Can you think of a best actor turned director? Who's the best actor turned director?
Oh, God. I don't know. Paul Newman comes to mind. Was pretty good for a minute. Yeah, I'd have to think more.
Oh, I would check out Abbott Elementary.
Yeah, I've been meaning to.
There's just so much to watch.
There is.
I know that Rick and Morty is a cartoon, but I've never seen it.
I haven't either. I've seen memes about Rick and Morty.
Which movie scared you each the most when you were younger?
When I was a kid, God, probably Gremlins. But I was fascinated by it and would beg my grandma to rent it for me. And Ernest Scared Stupid, I remember.
What in that scared you?
There's something with trolls or goblins, and I remember it's in a way that was creepy enough to me at the time.
I know the ant from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids upset you.
Yes, it did.
For me, it was Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, the scene in the radio station. And then, go ahead.
We did a recording, but that was about first horror movies. And I remember like Psycho 4 and Squirm.
Oh, yeah. If there's a YouTube channel called Sledgehammer Horror, and we did like a video with them.
Oh, was that like 2 years ago now?
It was a while ago. And we talk about like the horror, like our first horror film experience. I'm sure we seem pretty crunchy in that video, but if people are interested, check it out. Do we view our YouTube channel as a growing business? Kind of. Yeah. Well, I mean, we don't need it for money, but it does make money. And then our accountant has set things up. So, you know, it's definitely not hurting us. But yeah, I mean, kind of. We put a lot of effort into it. But yeah. I think of it more as like a hobby. Yeah, I don't know that I would want to. I think we're good with money. So, like, it's an opportunity. I'm not going to turn down an opportunity to make money, but I don't want to look at it like I have to rely on. That's the cat's food is dropping. I don't even know where she is. But yeah. Trailer reactions. The way I feel about trailer reactions is how I feel about doing non-spoiler reviews. It would just be very unsatisfying for me to talk about.
So that means you're not going to get that.
Also, people hate. I wanted to comment because we've received a lot of comments about me. Like I shouldn't be reviewing movies I haven't watched. The last 20 videos that we've uploaded, because I went and looked, of the last 20, only one of them I haven't seen. And that was Don't Worry, Darling.
Sure.
I watched like the majority of the movies.
You do now, yeah.
So yeah, but I'm thinking of that because to me, reviewing a trailer or like a reaction to me is almost like reviewing a movie you haven't seen.
And you don't provide ratings for those films that you don't watch. But yes, I agree as the co-host, it is more interesting for me to be able to speak with you about your opinion of it if you watched it. I do agree that makes for a more interesting experience.
Yeah, but I don't think I have a hard time. I mean, I can talk about anything, and like when I don't watch them, I can still like talk to you about the movie. I'm just asking you questions.
Sure.
Oh my gosh. Sigourney and Janet as Cagney and Lacey. That could be a fun t-shirt.
Yeah.
Movies we would rate low but rewatch. Oh gosh, I can't even
Like
think.
guilty pleasures.
So I guess a guilty pleasure.
Like, there are a lot. Like The Room we watch on a not infrequent basis. Or used to.
Oh gosh, are you reading these? I need help. Yeah, I also like Gremlins a lot.
Gremlins, Critters, Dolls. I think I watched Dolls for the first time. Stuart Gordon's recently.
Does Nick have any books? Nick has a lot of books. But I'm gonna burn when he dies.
No.
If I can't sell them.
That's Nazism. You can't burn books.
Well, what if I burn them because I was cold?
You're not going to be cold. You'll have a pension.
It's good for you too. I love that. Does Nick have any books? Yes. Okay. What's the weirdest film either of you seen with relatives or acquaintances? Oh, what year did Sliver come out?
Is that 94?
So I was in high school.
Was that the year, or 93?
I was in high school, and my mom and I went to see Sliver, that erotic thriller with Sharon Stone and a Baldwin.
Yeah,
and this is before the internet, so what do we know? I don't know why we decided to see this movie, and I was so uncomfortable watching that movie. And even to this day, whenever we watch a movie with my mom and there's like sexual stuff in it, she kind of just like zones out, like maybe we shouldn't watch this. And then when we watched Sliver, she just told me to leave the theater. So I left the theater for a while and came back.
Miho.
Yeah. Miho, you need to leave the theater.
Mine was probably, as a young gay kid, anytime like a gay person was on TV was awkward around my parents because I'm like, oh, they're looking at me. But I remember my mother putting on Priscilla, Queen of the Desert for whatever reason while my dad was home, and it was on VH1, so it's edited.
Sure.
And there's that part on the bus where I think somebody spray painted the F slur on there, and it's like it's painted out for VH1, and my dad the whole time is like, what words on there? What does it say? It's like, oh my God.
You sound just like your dad.
Well, especially because he does that.
It's unnerving. Beyond the Green Door.
Oh God. Yeah, from the 70s. Isn't the Haley Mills sister in that, right?
Musicals we've liked.
No.
I recently watched the one with Carol Channing. What's that one?
The Thoroughly Modern Millie.
I finally watched Thoroughly Modern Millie, and I really liked it. I think my favorite musical is, well, I know that my favorite musical is A Chorus Line. That's actually a movie I've watched like 100 times. How about you?
For musicals, I like Singing in the Rain a lot. 8 Women with Isabelle Huppert and Fanny Ardant and Catherine Deneuve. Rocky Horror Picture Show, of course. I usually like weird things that are kind of anti-musicals that have musicals, but I don't know. I've become less stressed out by them as a format.
Yeah. Someone went with their mom to see Hostel.
Oh, sorry, Mom.
Oh, well, we should wrap this up because I haven't eaten.
I've never seen Shock Treatment, and I like it's from the man who directed Rocky Horror Picture Show as follow-up, and Jessica Harper's in it from Suspiria.
Oh. Okay, so next week, have you thought about the theme?
I do like Hedwig.
Memento. I know I've seen Memento, but I don't remember it.
That's my life. I'd be Carrie Ann Moss, I guess, and you're Guy Pearce. But no, I haven't. But you've been choosing, so I don't know.
Okay, I'll have to think about next week's. Maybe next week will be like because we'll have to skip a week because I'll be on a cruise. But maybe next week will be like
maybe
creature feature,
or like John Carpenter.
No, because
anything not Halloween.
Yeah, no, because there are too many notable ones that people would choose. I think creature features.
Okay.
How about that?
Tentacles starring Shelley Winters.
Okay, next week will be creature features. Okay. Take care, everyone.
Thank
See you
you.
later. Bye.